In early July, our apiary was running smoothly. Mite levels were low. The highest from our routine sampling was 1.6%. We hadn't fed it all this summer. Nectar and pollen were still coming in. But within 48 hours of one mite treatment, we realized everything had changed. On July 7th, we treated every colony with Varroa oxalic acid slow-release strips, a newly approved product for use in the United States. We were excited to try it because it seemed really safe. It's approved for use with honey supers and designed to work any time of the year, even though it doesn't penetrate cap brood. But within 24 hours, we saw some unusual behavior. There were large clusters of bees outside their nuke boxes, and a small swarm formed in a tree nearby. By July 9th, there were more swarms. Lots of bees were leaving their nuke boxes. One of our mark queens got bald when several colonies tried to occupy the same swarm box. That evening, we found 7 out of 10 nukes had absconded. This wasn't swarming, the entire colony was gone. They left frames of brood and food behind. So absconding is typically a stress response, so we pulled all the strips from all the hives right away. The next morning, we inspected the aftermath. 22 frames showed early signs of mass hatchings from small hive beetles. Any remaining but compromised nukes were shortly overrun with the beetle larvae and robber bees. In some hives, brood mortality was evident where the strips were placed over the frames, and we're now dealing with an increased population of small hive beetles.
We lost a lot of nukes using a new mite treatment.
We're sharing what we went through in our experience. We contacted the manufacturer. We had people out here to try and figure out what happened, what's going on. Did we do the right thing? According to the label, we did. According to Honeybee Health Coalition, we did not.
The package of Varroa strips says to treat 1 to 2%. The Honeybee Health Coalition specifies 3% for this time of year. You know, Honeybee Health Coalition is a very important resource that we need to follow.
If you're not at treatment threshold where you need to take action, you're risking their behavior changing, and their behavior is the biggest defense system in the hive. Their normal bee behavior is staying inside, protecting the frames and the brood and the food. So if they're not there, it gives a huge window of opportunity for any other pests to come in.
I guess something we didn't realize is that the bees tried to avoid the strips. They were trying to escape the hive. It's contact based, right? So the bees have to walk across those strips. It's not being vaporized in the hive. So if you lessen the dose in order to avoid absconsion from, say, the nukes, like what happened to us, I mean, they could get stronger. You could breed stronger mites that could tolerate more contact.
There's no proof that mites have developed any resistance to oxalic acid, but there's also no proof to the contrary that they couldn't.
The studies that have been done on these strips are not specific to our scenario.
But perhaps the reason why they have not done studies on nukes is because it's a long-term treatment. Yeah. It's like 6 or 8 weeks.
There's no clear dosage on the nukes, so we were just following the label for frames of bees. Using 2 is recommended. I think that this treatment is not a good idea for nucleus colonies. For colonies that don't have the ability to move up in the box.
Even though it's natural, found in rhubarb, it doesn't mean it's safe in high concentrations.
You still need to wear a mask. Like it specifically says to wear your organic filtered masks, wear gloves, goggles, and do mite washes. Don't just treat.
You shouldn't try and eliminate all the mites. No, it's a risk not only to your bees, but to yourself.
Right. 0 mites would be amazing, but not if you're going to risk the entire hive with a pesticide treatment. A pesticide is a pesticide. If you're killing a mite on a bee, you're killing an insect on an insect, or removing an insect from an insect. So You got to be extra careful, especially if it's a treatment you haven't used before. I think it's really important to ask questions, assume less, keep learning, and stay skeptical.
And sometimes curiosity is your best hive tool.